Hi, everyone. So sorry for that late start there. We just wanted to get everything all set up for you. We're so excited to have you all here for holiday sales through eCommerce. We're just going to give everyone just a few more minutes to trickle in. We're so excited. As we're getting ready to get started here, we would love for everyone to share their names, share their businesses in the chat. We're looking forward to spending this lovely lunch hour with you guys. If you're just tuning in, we're just giving everyone just a moment to get started before we, start the show here. So please hop into the chat, tell us all about yourself, your business, and we'll get started in just a moment.
Welcome, everyone.
All right, we are going to get started. I'm so glad to have you all here. My name is Rachel, and I'm the Marketing Communication Specialist here at the Small Business Development Center. We are here to present to you holiday sales through e-commerce, get you excited for the holiday season. We are able to present this webinar and others like it through our funder, the Small Business Administration. We also provide no-cost services for small businesses and entrepreneurs throughout the area. I am going to pass this along to Beatrice Ryan, who is going to be our presenter for today.
Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to Holiday Sales Through e-commerce. We will be going initially just through some things about our programs. So Rachel will be handling the flipping of the slides for me. So if you notice any delay or advance that doesn't quite flow, we are doing kind of a tag team situation today. So welcome, everyone. This is presented through Temple University Small Business Development Center. We have been in your community for many, many years, helping businesses start, grow, and prosper. So thank you for taking advantage of our services, and we appreciate your being here today. We have a number of services that you may or may not be aware of, and those include training programs like this one, training webinars, resource sharing, clinics, consulting, and all sorts of legal and capital access assistance. And the important thing, of course, to know is that all of our services are at no cost to you. I am Beatrice Ryan, and I am an e-commerce and digital strategy consultant here at the Small Business Development Center at Temple University. I have been an e-commerce company founder and CEO for more than 8 years. I currently also do website and social media development, and I've been a small business consultant for businesses just like yours in both Seattle and Philadelphia. So today for holiday sales through e-commerce, let's begin. So hello, e-tailers, what will you be selling this holiday season? We'd like to provide you with an opportunity to tell us a little bit about what services or products you'll be selling, and then I will provide Rachel with an opportunity to tell us a little bit about some of the results of your input in the chat.
Amazing. I'm seeing we've got some people selling wellness bedding and eye masks. We have some people we have someone who's the owner of Nanny Match LLC. We have other people who are dedicated to self-care businesses, other people selling personalized PJs, kitchen gift baskets, lavender products from their very own farm, serving boards, decor, handmade jewelry. Seems like we've really got a lot of makers and shakers here.
Very good. So products and services. So this is perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can help you succeed with an e-commerce platform of your website to take advantage of holiday sales. So a huge opportunity is headed your way because year over year, e-commerce sales expected for this holiday season have risen more than 6.7%. And what that means is that your piece of the pie is somewhere within the range of $278 billion to $284 billion expected this holiday season. And we are here to help you get your share. A few things for the business owner to know for e-commerce is that 75% of consumers are planning to shop online this holiday season. Further, 56% will be using their held hand devices. So it is imperative that the small business owner has a website that is compatible with handheld devices because more than 56%, at least 56% of their shoppers are actually shopping via their phones. Another thing to know is that shoppers will expect well-designed websites. They're looking for something that represents their aesthetic as well as yours, and that has blazing quick speed. That being the case because anytime there's a lag from a click, if there's any lag, that's a deterrent to a shopper staying on your site. There's going to be a lot of competition out there, so make sure that your website is quick. And we'll go through a lot of these things a little bit later through the presentation. These are kind of the introductory things you want to know about the shoppers that are out there looking for your services or products. Shoppers will also expect to find and see a prime selection of your products and services. And they'll expect secure payment options. They'll expect free shipping. And with all of those consideration, let's take a look at the details of how to make your website and their shopping experience what they're expecting. The first thing to know about the holiday winter season is that oftentimes someone who's had a website for a long time, a business for a while, they know that starting even as late as August, early as August is actually the best way to be prepared. Another way to be prepared is to know what the holiday days are and to kind of reverse engineer all of their preparation. So this is kind of a quick calendar of the holidays of the winter season 2023. And while those are well known, what is specific to the small business owner to know are those that are specific to e-commerce and those special e-commerce days that they can take advantage of and capitalize on. Those days are things like Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Green Monday, National Ugly Sweater Day, etc. And those dates make for fantastic marketing opportunities. They make for fantastic opportunities to have campaigns for discounts or specials, little competitions, little giveaways that will entice a shopper to purchase more, etc. So one of the things that we'll talk about a little later on, Rachel will let you know all about our gift guide, our holiday gift guide, which will invite businesses to apply to be in our gift guide, which will be another method to amplify your brand and amplify your special services and products. The main thing about holiday seasons, given that there's so much to capitalize on, is the planning ahead and be strategic, being methodical, just having a game plan. Develop a strategy for what you want to accomplish during this holiday season through your website. This can be anything from the products that you want to feature. It can be for any branding that you want to develop, any messaging you want to develop. If you would like to start taking part in having X number of dollars going to certain causes, this is a great time to start implementing those things. There's still plenty of time. It's early October. With a game plan, you're on your way to achieve what you set out to do. So part of the planning is knowing specifically what your products and services will be. And do you have the stock? Do you have the supplies? Do you have the storage? Do you understand the supply chain? Do you understand and have a good grasp on any personalization, such as gift wrapping or special email messages or anything that reinforces your brand through all of the touch points of that shopper's experience with your website, etc. Another thing is definitely to set up your shipping. Or will you be using any third-party shippers? What will your policy be for returns and exchanges? What will those terms be? So this is all part of the preliminary planning. Obviously, some things may occur later down the line that you did not foresee. However, you want these things in place now. So let's talk a little bit about an experience that you may have. For example, let's say I saw some pajamas, right? Some personalized pajamas. So something with personalized pajamas, obviously you would want to feature them and all of the different options of those pajamas. However, one of the things to know is that one of the biggest reasons for returns is improper sizing. So you'll want to start thinking about, how will I sell these pajamas? How will people know what the proper size is? And that would be something that you would want to have within the website. You would want to have the details within frequently asked questions. You would want people to know, good information. Now, one of the apps in the event that you are doing things like, proper sizing for clothing and whatnot, there are a lot of apps out there that can help, that you can use, their plugins that you can use to ensure that proper sizing is something that they can see. They can see what the proper size is based on your actual product. So there are apps out there. Just have all of these things in place, have them in the website, and be able to pre-answer any questions so that there's less guessing on the part of your customer. They'll already know what your policies are. Another part of all of this is that there's no better time during the holiday season when you have an increase in customers and visitors. Well, mainly, you'll have the visitors, then you'll convert them into actual shoppers through your website and whatnot, is to know and keep your customers. You want to get to know them. You want to capture information about their names, their email addresses, their preferences. And one way to do that is to have things like little pop-ups where, they leave their email and they get 20% off their next purchase within the, next 3 hours or by the end of the day. So you want to start planning on how you're going to capture your customer and capture customer information, and then how you're going to stay in touch with them through, not only the purchase process, but thereafter. One of the ways to do that is also to have multiple communication channels. Will you have a little chat box? Can they contact you via a 24/7 phone line? Are there email? Can they email you? And how soon can they expect a response? So find ways of offering as many communication channels as you can that you actually do monitor in real time as much as possible without lag. Marketing plugins. This is, part of your planning is, what will I be offering in terms of coupons and discounts? And will they be time sensitive? Will they be, product sensitive, that it'll only be products that you have a large supply of, that you'll be offering discounts on or specials on or 2-4s. So these are the kinds of things that you want to start planning now. Will you have a newsletter? What will you do about cart abandonment? And this is a big one, because this will really affect your inventory. And so let's say somebody comes to the website or they're on the digital device and they buy 3 ugly Christmas sweaters, then something happens and then they have to drop everything they're doing and pick up their children at daycare. Well, that's cart abandonment, because if they do not go back to the cart, your inventory shows that 3 Christmas sweaters are being considered and they're not available supply. So how will you handle cart abandonment and your inventory, and how will you keep track of an accurate inventory given those things? Other considerations are payment. How many options will people have for payment? And what will those be? You'll want to make sure that all of your customers feel that your website is secure, that it has, and you can, have all sorts of, different payment processing points, but also show that you also have secure payments, and that, uh, so that's, yeah. The other thing that's very important to take care of in, payment process, security of the website, is website performance. Because if your website is not accustomed to having a lot of visitor traffic, and you're having more people come to the website, and you've already revamped your website to have more products, etc., that's going to be a big load on the website, which may make it work more slowly. So make sure that you work with your hosting company, let them know and work with them in tandem that you're introducing a lot of different products and services for the holiday season. This is what the current load of your website is. They can help you do some math as to how much load it will be if there's 20 visitors more a day or 100 visitors more a day. And this is something then you need to then make sure that you have purchased enough bandwidth to deal with that. The last thing you want, like we said early on, is you want that lightning speed availability at any click of a visitor to your website. So now that we've gone through kind of the early planning, we kind of have seen the calendar, we know what needs to happen before. One of the most obvious things to do for holiday sales is your seasonal decor of your website. So just like you would, deck the halls within your home, you kind of want to deck the halls of your website and make it festive and let it reflect holidays. And this can be a very simple thing, such as keeping your website is what it is and adding a few pieces of decoration. So the next 2 slides kind of show the before the decoration and then the after decoration. So this is your website as it would be today, and it's pre-holiday. And then the next slide, and you can do whatever you want. This was just a simple example of, here you go. It's a little dressed up for the holidays. It has kind of a theme of the snowflakes and in your branded colors, etc. It just makes it more festive. It shows that you paid attention to some of the details, that you've expanded your brand, and that you have a theme. And themes can be, anything from snowflakes to anything else, but have it carry through, across all of your different platforms, your social media, your website, etc. So other seasonal decor ideas are, whatever you would like it to be, to kind of stay in following with the colors and the branding, the themes. If there's a special holiday coming up, for example, there's within the holidays of the holiday season, you might want to rebrand slightly your website to appeal to those who celebrate the different holidays. So that's also something to keep in mind. One way to really entice shoppers is to feature and highlight certain seasonal items. Now, by which I mean, it doesn't have to be a seasonal item like a snow shovel or whatnot, but that you're highlighting and you're featuring somewhat differently than you might the rest of the year. So you might consider creating your own holiday gift guide, and that would be kind of the first pop-up that comes up, and lets your visitors know that you've thought about what would make the best gifts, what is on offer, and that you give them a direct click into what is featured on your website for the season. Another thing that you might want to do is kind of have a shopper's landing page, like segment your services, segment your products, tools or smart home or whatnot. So it makes it easy for them to know. They land on your website and they can immediately, in one click, go to a major category of what your website, your business offers through the website. Now, with all of the things that are visual, once they're on your website through whatever device, no one will know really of your business or of what you have to offer unless your website is search engine optimized. So I would like to know, kind of through the chat, of those of you who are attending this webinar, how many of you have requested a website or search engine optimization audit through our program? Oh, okay, wonderful. I see some yes, some not yet, have not. Very good. Okay, all right. So those of you who have, you would have gone, through a website and search engine optimization audit and learned a little bit about search engine optimization and how that is the way to augment your website to be found not only through, by people searching online, but also assisting the bots to rank you higher so that you're easier to find online. So so I will go through a little bit of search engine optimization, because during the holiday season, what a business owner would do was to kind of strategize to be found for certain products and services, and also because they are paying attention, and involved in kind of the holiday season, making it kind of using all the terminology that would entice someone to be on their site because they know that they're ready for the holiday season. So with regard to search engine optimization, the actual pages that people are seeing of your website, that's all the content. And the content can be images, graphics, written content, little landing pages, pop-ups, and each one of those can be search engine optimized by using descriptive language. And the same is true of on the admin side, the side that visitors don't see. And that is done by having a description of every single page, having a description of every single image, of every single graphic. And all of this, while it exists the rest of the year, can be augmented during the holiday season, and the sooner you start to add some holiday language into your on-page content and your admin area content, the higher the possibility will be for the search engines to start indexing you for the holidays. So when people are searching, for holiday cookies, holiday gift baskets, custom pajamas for the holidays, etc., the higher, the more visible you will start to be seen. So it's very important to understand that it's not just how your website looks, but it's the content within it that is being captured for you to be found on the internet. So let's talk a little bit about search engine optimization and keywords, because that is the one thing that some people don't know is that bots only see ones and zeros. So all written language is ones and zeros. But anytime they come across a graphic or an image, it's like blank space to a bot. So the key is to have, again, every single piece of your website described and or have content in ones and zeros, in language, in actual text. And this is something that if you did go through a website or an SEO audit, this would be kind of things that were explained to where they're more manageable. Here, what we want to do is give you an opportunity, if you get stumped on coming up with all of these descriptions, is to consider using ChatGPT or artificial intelligence to create the content and provide keyword generation for you to use. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say you're in the food industry. And you'll want to go ahead and, if you want to take a look at how to use AI, go ahead and take down this URL, and it'll get you to ChatGPT, and you can start kind of researching and kind of playing around with it. It's a lot of fun, and it's incredibly informative. So the next slide, let's talk about a restaurant business, for example. Let's say that you have a restaurant business and you want to conduct a keyword search on your restaurant or your food industry or beverage business. You might ask ChatGPT, please provide, holiday words and terminology for my food business. So that might be the first question that you ask. And then typically ChatGPT will come up with 10 different options. Then the next thing, let's say that it comes back with gourmet, recipe, food, baking, catering, appetite, it comes up with a list of keywords. And then the next thing, you ask ChatGPT to combine it with holiday terms for a marketing campaign. And then it'll get a bit more descriptive. And this is just an example of what it would be: gourmet holiday cookies, festive traditional recipes. So it just keeps augmenting, your niche plus the holiday terms to come up with a lot of keywords to make your website. And so you can use that content to describe the services and the products within your website to be more attractive, not only to your visitors, but also the bots. I'd like to stop for just a quick minute to find out what some of your questions might be about what I've just said about this.
So we do have a question from Cassandra, who was asking if she can leave seasonal metadata up all year long.
Seasonal metadata all year long. You could, though it may deter from other campaigns.
So you wouldn't recommend it?
I recommend, in terms of when I'm working with clients, that if they have things that are seasonal, to go through all of the different seasons, because every season is another opportunity. The holiday season is one big opportunity, but then, for example, so is Valentine's Day. And so I think you can keep generic, metadata in your website, but I would definitely augment it seasonally, or augment it as you have a special, or augment it, if there's a trend, a purchasing trend for something. So I would definitely always find a way to mix it up. The other good reason why you want to mix up your SEO, your search engine optimization, all those words that we're talking about right now, is that the bots get bored. And when they come through your website, if what they find every time they come is the same material, the same content in ones and zeros, that they can read, there's a tendency for them not to keep indexing that website. So you want to keep it fresh. You want to keep it current, whatever that means for your business.
Perfect. And
that answers your question. Yeah, thanks, Cassandra. You're welcome. Another consideration. So, at this point, we've talked about your plan, the planning that you will undergo. We've talked about just kind of the visual the appearance of, of your website. We've talked about making it search engine optimized so that shoppers can find you, so that the bots can index you. So we've kind of done kind of the front end and back end of all of this. Now we're kind of back to you're selling, your products. Your products are online and you need shipping and delivery considerations. And the reason why this is so important is that your biggest competitors, all of your competitors, the norm right now is really for free shipping. So how do you price your products and services such that you can offer free shipping? Or how can you combine different products to then be able to provide for free shipping? So how, do you need a certain, number of products sold for free shipping? So this is a whole formula that is becoming increasingly important, because as you'll notice, and one of the things that probably may entice you to purchase yourselves is free shipping. It's almost becoming the norm. So how can you build your pricing model, your business model around free shipping? So this is something, it may not always be possible. However, it's something that should be of, tantamount consideration in this day and age. So one of the ways, with delivery and shipping, you want to be very, very clear about your return policy. We had mentioned before, that improper sizing is one of the biggest reasons for return policy, for returns. What will your policy be? Will you accept all returns within 10 days? Will you, so decide what your policy is, crunch your numbers, know what your cost will be, know what initially you have to price your products and services to be to absorb some of the losses based on returns. Because at returns from the holiday season, after, Christmas Day or, whatever the other holidays that are being celebrated, is huge, because then what do you do with those returns? So the best thing to do is to always, try to preempt, so that although you have a return policy, you have as few returns as possible. So make sure it's very, very clear what your policies are. Then, if it's a service, if it's some kind of a service or a digital product, how will you deliver and when will you deliver online products, including gift cards, etc.? What will your policy be for that? The other things are, so we are getting a message from Sarah that says we struggle with free shipping because their products are large and heavy. So that's another consideration. So I would definitely, if it cannot be free shipping, because of what you're saying, Sarah, the other considerations have to be made. So how, if they're paying for the shipping, then what happens if they return? Do you accept, will you pay for the price of the shipping if they are returning it? So, work with things to entice your customers to want to purchase from you. Figure out what that is, figure out what your options are, and make sure that you still, make, you're still looking for revenue from all of this work and whatnot. So yeah, just make it work for both your customer and yourselves. Also, do you have accounts with FedEx, third-party shippers? With FedEx, UPS, USPS, is it easy for you? Do you, set up all your label processes, know exactly, all of the shipping containers that you plan on using, know the approximate cost to you already if you need to change your pricing, so that your initial pricing of the products already absorbs the, the cost of your shipping. Then, what about third-party shipping? What, are you looking to work with any of those kinds of companies, and then set that up as soon as possible? And then again, free shipping and delivery, that's great, but you will need to have all of these other accounts set up so that you can offer free shipping and it can be as seamless as possible. The other thing, you may recall back when we were taking a look at the hot dates for e-commerce businesses, such as Small Business Saturday, etc. December 11th is considered like one of the biggest shipping dates. It's like the last date where you can seriously guarantee that anywhere in the continental United States, your product can be shipped unless it's digital. So we're talking about, physical shipment. So that's another thing, is you want to have your shipping calendar to where what can you guarantee and up to what date. And the sweet spot date currently is December the 11th. And that might have changed, but that's what it is now. So one of the things that is so important about the holidays, it's not just, you're welcome, Sarah. One of the things about the winter holiday sales is it's an incredible opportunity to acquire customers. And they, kind of what is said is that once you have a customer, you want to retain that customer, because your next customer it costs money to acquire a customer. And if you've already had one, that is the best way to then have them be a return customer. And it's a lot easier to have a return customer than it is to obtain a new customer. So it's very important that during this entire sales process, from the first time they see your website to when they finally invest and actually purchase, your goods or services, that you find a way to retain them. So let's take a look at ways that you can retain your customers, because you never have, another chance to make a first impression. And if you've made that first impression and it's been successful, then you want to keep at it. So before a sale, obviously you're doing, we've talked about what you're doing. You're collecting visitor information. You're trying to capture, their personal information, their email, ways to gain, their trust, and ways to know who they are. You're trying to prioritize their experience by making it as easy as possible for them to be on your website in as few clicks, to get through, have their cart, and go through the whole sales process as seamlessly as possible. So then once you've made the sale, that's great success. And now it's time to keep going. So immediately after a purchase, there should probably be an email thanking them for their purchase. Immediately, you make sure you add them to your customer relationship management system, so they're already within your database of customers. Then thereafter, even after the holiday, and there's a whole bunch of post-sale things you can do. You can go online and do that. I want to kind of touch on a few of them. You want to launch the January loyalty campaign. You want to add them to your newsletter. You want to, if they've given you any information about themselves, if you know who they are because you have information. They bought a woman's sweater, or they bought, so now that what you can let them know we have sweaters going on sale for the later winter. So you have information to keep reinvesting them in your company. And you want to personalize through everything. I mean, everything about your brand, you kind of reintroduce them continuously through the sales process and post-sales process with things about your brand and about your services. You're letting them know about new products. You keep them engaged as a customer with your company. And that's just incredibly important. And there's a lot of ways to do that. So now let's answer a few of your questions that you have.
If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat.
Thank you. So let's, if there aren't any questions at this point, I wanted to move on to the next slide. We will be sending the slide deck, we have a few more things that we want to tell you about, including the holiday gift guide. We have a survey that you will be provided. It'll be available along with the slide deck, and it will be available also with a recording of this presentation. So in terms of the sizing apps, I just saw a question in terms of the sizing apps that were introduced in the, which one did I introduce? Kizzy? So what we'll make sure we can do is within the slide deck, you'll be able to get that information. I don't quite remember which one I put in the slides. Sorry about that. But yeah, the sizing apps are, okay, you're welcome, Sonia. It'll be in the slide deck that you receive in a couple of days. Then let's talk a little bit about next steps for any of you. I'll talk a little bit after Rachel provides you with information about the holiday gift guide, and then I want to provide you with an opportunity to get some consulting on your website. You're muted.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Thank you so much. I want to take a moment just to talk a little bit about our holiday gift guide. As I mentioned earlier, I'm the marketing communications specialist here at the Small Business Development Center. So it makes sense that I would tell you guys about our holiday gift guide. What our gift guide is a collection of amazing small local businesses such as yourself that we want to feature for small businesses to encourage people to shop small and shop local this holiday season. You can access the application at that link there, bit.ly/SBDC gift guide 23, or you can scan that QR code and apply to be in the guide. What's nice about this guide is it will go out before Small Business Saturday. So we'll make sure that we drum up a lot of anticipation in beginning of Small Business Saturday and get some eyes on your business. So please apply for the gift guide now. You can scan that QR code or check it out at that link.
Thanks, Rachel. Another service that I would like to mention is through the PADTEP program, which is the Pennsylvania Digital Transformation and E-Commerce Program, which is presenting this webinar to you, is that we offer consulting, and that includes website consulting and SEO consulting and audits. So we do have some limited space for some holiday e-commerce website assistance. If you'd like a 1-hour consulting spot. So they are limited, but I am inviting you because we can help in that area for you and help you on your way to implement the very things that we've talked about here today. And in order to do that, you will want to contact us at, I think it's the next slide has our contact info. So, the digital transformation QR code is right here at the bottom right. So when you get the slide deck, if you haven't had an opportunity to scan it right now, go ahead and please do so when you receive the slide. I want to thank you for joining us today and for completing the survey. Once you have received it, please be on a lookout for an email from us. And Rachel and I wish you a wonderful winter holiday season. Get your cheer on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you all for attending today. And I want to say a special thank you to Beatrice for getting us all in the holiday spirit and giving us some wonderful information on getting your businesses up and ready for the holiday. As a reminder, you will be receiving a follow-up email, which will include the slide deck, a recording, and a link to our survey. We ask that you complete that survey for us. I promise you, super short. It's only 4 questions. It'll take you like 5 seconds, but it's super important for us and is also a requirement of our funders so that we can continue to offer these types of events in the future. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us on your lunch break, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Happy holidays soon.
Bye.